He's so fast he got here early. Now, Biavono was actually foaled outside of Fresno, California in February of 2001. He was bred and owned by Spencer Childers, a legend in the quarter horse racing world. You've heard his name several times during that last race especially. Now, Mr. Childers had actually been breeding top horses for over 4 decades, but he'd never owned a world champion. Biavono would actually become his first when Mr. Childers was 93 years old. Bono was actually produced from many generations of Mr. Childers' own bloodstock, so of course he was very proud of his homebred achievements. Trained by Dan Francisco and written by the great G.R. Carter, Biavono got off to a sizzling start in his career. He actually won his first 7 races. Now wait a second. He actually did win his first 7 races, which is very impressive. Ooh, buddy. That's okay, good boy. Alright, so he actually did win his first 7 races, which in itself is very impressive, but it also included the Grade 1 Golden State Futurity at age 2, which he actually covered the distance of 4.5 football fields, that's about a quarter mile, in just over 17.5 seconds, a new record. At age 3 in 2004, he also won the 3 Grade 1 stakes races that you just saw in that video, and just lost the Champion of Champions race, the most important quarter horse race of the year, by just a nose. But he did so well that year, he was still named Champion 3-year-old Gelding, and overall Champion 3-year-old, and of course, World Champion. The next year, Bono was actually prominent for a different reason. He'd always had problems with his left front knee, and early on actually had to have surgery to have bone chips removed from it. When he needed that procedure yet again as a 4-year-old, it looked as though the knee may continue to deteriorate. So Bono's Connections decided to take a little bit of an unconventional action. He actually underwent stem cell therapy. This is actually the first time a top-level equine athlete had undergone this procedure, and it was new and cutting-edge technology at the time. The regenerative cells from his own fat tissue were actually collected and then injected into the knee capsule to help the knee joint repair the damage. It actually worked wonders for Bono, and after rehab and a gradual return to training, he came back to the races in 2006, just as good as he ever was before. He actually captured the prestigious Vessel's Maturity, which he won twice, as well as the Go Man Go handicaps, and again, just missed the Champion of Champions race by a nose. Now that nose loss might have cost him another championship title, but clearly he was very outstanding after the stem cell treatment, and kind of became a poster child for the therapy, which has now become quite common in active equine athletes. Biavono retired as a 7-year-old in 2008 when the wear and tear of racing finally caught up to him. He won 14 out of 26 lifetime starts with 4 seconds and 1/3. Being a Bono fan was actually not for the faint-hearted, as he hardly ever won or lost a race by more than a neck. In fact, those who bet on him called him a heart attack waiting to happen. Now, he retired the 19th richest quarter horse ever at the time with over $1.3 million in earnings, and all 9 of his stakes victories came in Grade 1 events. Biavono is now 18 years old. He stands about 16.2 hands tall. As you can see, he's very flashy and beautiful, and he definitely knows it. He's a pretty sensitive horse, but very sweet as well. He's always a guest favorite. He's looking very lively this morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our 2004 World Champion Racing Quarter Horse. Yep, he's full of it this morning. All right. So the last horse